grab a shovel and a buddy and get to digging. Because this episode, we're putting our true crime knowledge to the test and using some strategic body doubling to hide a body. In this 3-meat scramble of a bagel bite, we're tying up loose ends and creating even looser ones as we plot a close friend's theoretical murder for fun. Accept help from a listener to speak more succinctly. Receive a very formal email from Sister Lily. Share a mix of fun and horrifying facts about quokkas in Tasmania. And read your favorite breakfast recipes without a peep of judgment regarding your choices. Whether you're running on nothing but coffee and a dream, or you're stuffed to the gills with that classic meal of rye bread and tofu, we hope you'll find the time to fit just a little bit more with this tasty episode.
They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn, and most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention, there's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather, weirds of a feather.
My sound waves are like showing up after I've talked, but it sounds like it's fine. So I don't know. I guess we're just gonna take a chance on me.
There might be just like a delay.
There's a delay on the field, folks, but that won't stop us because we're plowing straight ahead.
Perfect.
Right. Should we get going?
Yeah, I think we should get going.
Ready to get this showboat on the road?
I am ready.
All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. All right. Let me start it off and say welcome to Weirds of a Feather, an AuDHD-Adjacent podcast. I'm your host, Grace Beret.
And I'm your host, Kristen Stanhope.
We're in it, baby.
We're in it.
All right, Kristen.
Got a warm up.
It's a little toasty in this room, but I could be a little warmer.
Yeah?
You got a warm-up question for us?
I do.
All right.
I stole it from another podcast.
Perfect.
But I think it's a good one.
Okay.
Which is why I stole it. It's from last podcast on the left, on one of their side stories they were talking about.
Side stories?
Yeah. They were talking about this. If I killed our mutual best friend, Gracie.
Okay. All right, I was going to say, I need a specific person.
Yep.
We're going Gracie. We're killing her?
Yep.
You're
killing her.
You're killing her.
I'm killing her. Would you help me dispose of the body, or would you report me to the police?
I guess I would have to know the reasoning of
I know.
why
That's
you
exactly
killed
what I would
her.
say.
Like, was it a valid reason to kill her?
Well, let's say
she punted your cat off a bridge.
Yeah, would you?
She deserves it.
Yeah.
I'd help you hide that body.
Thank you.
Sorry, Gracie.
Thank you.
If it was just a moment of weakness.
I just really wanted to kill someone and she was an easy target.
Yeah, she is an easy target.
Yeah.
She would be an easy one to kill.
Probably like help me kill herself, you know?
She's like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here.
I should have done this months ago.
I should have washed this knife before you used it.
Yeah. Let me tell you how to hide my body before you kill me.
Yeah. You might want to lay something down before you just go ahead and stab.
Yeah, she'd probably like write you permission so you wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
If it were a random person and you had a good reason, or it was like an accident and you felt really bad, like no questions asked, I'm helping you hide that body.
Yeah.
Also, I think it'd just be fun to put my knowledge to use, you know?
Yeah.
I've been gaining all this true crime knowledge.
Yeah.
What's it all been for if not to help you hide body?
Yeah. But
if it was Gracie, I'd really need to make sure you had a good reason and that she was on board with it.
The other thing is I could lie to you and I could say it was for a good reason.
You couldn't lie to me.
I also cannot lie.
Yes.
So, yeah, me specifically, no.
Yes. I don't think you could. I'd really have to think hard about it. Yeah, I don't know. Because if you didn't have a good enough reason, and I'm just joking, by the way, guys, there's a few reasons to kill someone, but not that many, you know?
Not that many.
Not that many.
Not that many.
So most likely, you know what? I think I'd give you a real talk and be like, Kristen, friend to friend, I think you've gone a bit off the rails. I think it'd be best if you kind of turned yourself in. I think you've gone too far.
Oh, you're going a diplomatic route.
I think you could use a stay in a psychiatric hospital. It's just, I think it's the best for you, for my safety, of course. Now I'm worried. Are you going to murder me? You know? Because you're so not the type to murder a friend.
The other thing is, like, if you report me
Yeah.
you're hoping that I don't come after you next.
But if I don't report you, I'm hoping you haven't gone fully unhinged and you're just like killing your friends, you know?
Yeah,
So either way, it's a risk to me. And that's really what matters most is me and my safety.
that's fair.
So I don't know. That's a bit of a doozy. I guess it depends.
Yeah.
You know?
Like everything.
It depends. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What a terrible position to be in.
Yeah. Would you help me?
I think that I would have the same answer. It depends. Like,
Yeah.
let's say she was being a real bitch.
Yeah. Just be a real
like,
cranky.
listen, all right.
I give her a warning.
Yeah.
She didn't stop.
But yeah, if you like went off the deep end and just started killing people left and right and she
Right.
happened to be one of the victims, I'd be like, listen, I would do it into like, let's body double.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to we'll go to the police together.
We'll handle this together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would help you handle it together,
Mhm.
you know, because I don't want to be taken down by your crime, but I want to get you the help you need, you know?
Yeah.
Our legal system is not great, so that would make me concerned,
Mhm.
you know? I don't want you going in the system, but I also don't want you murdering people, you know?
Like
Unless you have
some
a
people
reason.
need to be in the system.
And some people need to be murdered, you know?
Yeah.
But probably not Gracie, you
Probably
know?
not Gracie.
Probably not Gracie.
Yeah,
Out of all the
'cause
people,
she's so sweet. Yeah,
she's an
maybe she's a
angel.
bad example.
Gracie, if you hear this, we're probably not going to murder you
No.
unless you're being a real bee.
Yeah,
So don't do that.
so watch it. No.
Yeah, she's a hard example. I need someone more killable, but then we're getting into specifics. You know, I think Gracie doesn't mind being an example for this conversation.
right.
We
She's
take it
like
outside
the
circle.
thing is she's such a nice person. She's so hard to kill.
Yeah,
So
that'd be tough. She's a
She'd
real
be like,
people
I
pleaser.
deserve this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
No, you're
okay.
right. You're
Yeah.
right.
I should have seen this coming.
This is really on me.
Yeah.
You're doing what you have to do.
I get it. We've all
Yeah.
been there.
So it'd be hard.
It's hard to kill her.
Yeah.
I should have picked a different person, but I don't know who.
You should have picked a worse person that we could have talked about killing on this podcast to make it more real. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
We want to make it seem like this could happen.
Yeah, but I feel like we're very much a trio. So let's say Gracie
Yeah.
killed me. Would you help Gracie hide the body? I think
Once again, it
I'm a more
depends.
killable person than Gracie.
You
for sure.
are more killable than
Yeah.
Gracie, I will say.
Yeah,
You know?
and I wear that with pride.
Yeah, as you should. Yeah. I think I'm more killable than Gracie, you know?
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
guys killed me, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. I had it coming.
I think if we banded together and killed you, I think you'd be mad for a minute, but I think you would be even more mad if we didn't put your body into a death pit and then play with your bones.
You're
later.
right. You're right. If you don't display my bones prominently on a mantle, I'm going to haunt the shit out of you.
Yeah, and I would absolutely display your bones,
Okay. Thank you.
even though I think that's illegal.
It is, but, you know, what's a piece of secret among friends?
Yeah, they're not. No one will know.
Yeah.
It'll
no one
be
will know.
displayed, but the people who need to know won't know.
Yeah, just say it's from a Halloween store.
Yeah,
Boom. Realistic Halloween store.
there you go.
All right. Well, thank you for that philosophical question. That's going to leave a lot of people feeling nervous about who we
Yeah.
are as people.
And I don't know how to phrase this in a poll question, but it's basically going to be if someone in your trio of friends killed your other friend,
Yeah.
would you help them bury the body?
And if you don't have a trio of friends, just pick an imaginary trio of
Two
friends.
close associates.
Yes, close associates, or imagine yourself in a Golden Girls type situation, you know?
You get
Would
a group
you-
of friends and one kills the other. What are you doing?
What do you do?
What's your next move?
Yeah. Great. Well, I feel nice and toasty and warm
Yeah.
and safe and comfortable in this room. I feel good. So this is a bagel bite today, so we should probably get on the road. But before we begin, our new listener, Layla, I don't think she's new. I think she's just new to reaching out to us with questions. And
Yeah.
boy, does she have questions.
Yeah, she's got a lot of questions, but we love it.
Right? At first, I was like, Layla, a lot of questions. And then I thought about it a little more, and I was like, you know what? Layla's right.
These are all legitimate corrections.
Yes.
Questions.
She wants
Oh my-
She wants clarification, you know?
Yeah.
Which is valid and fair because we're very vague and stupid when we when we come up with our ideas.
Yeah.
We don't often even have a clear vision for what it is. We kind of just say things and then make that into a joke,
Yeah.
and then that becomes a segment.
It's funny for us,
Yeah.
and we just assume it's going to be funny and clear to the public, and it's
Yeah.
not.
You guys will get it. You'll follow
you'll
where
figure it out eventually.
how our brains got there.
But we don't even know how our brains got there, so of course there's going to be some confusion.
Yeah, and it makes sense. So, Layla, thank you for asking for clarification.
Mhm.
It's something that we desperately need. I'm sure other people need a bit of clarification on this podcast sometimes as well. So, Layla reached out to us and she was wondering what exactly a bagel bite is. She asked,
Yeah.
is that just an amount of information that is just small enough to be satisfying? And Layla,
exactly
you
what
said
it
it
is.
better than we
Yeah.
ever possibly could
I know.
have.
She's going to write for our show.
I know. She offered to help us kind of present our information in a succinct way so we can reach out to her if we
That's
need
a great
help.
skill.
Of like, Layla, what are we trying to say here?
Yeah.
And she'll tell us.
That's a great skill.
Right? Because what a
Yeah.
nice sentence. Like,
Yeah.
yes, that's what it is.
Just enough. And sometimes we like respond to questions posted by listeners. Sometimes we have just like a tidbit more to say on a subject.
Or a lot more to say.
Or a lot more to say on a subject. Sometimes there are corrections that need to be corrected.
Yep.
It's kind of like tying up all the loose ends and sometimes making more ends.
Yep. That will need to be tied up in the
tied
future.
Up later. Yeah.
Ensuring job stability for us.
Yeah.
Because there's always loose ends to be tied up.
There you go. Yeah.
Perfect. And we just made your succinct sentence much less clear.
Yeah.
So look at us go.
Yeah. You're welcome.
And with that, let's get into this bagel bite.
Woo! How full is your mouth right now? It's not that full.
No.
Great.
Yeah.
Neither's mine because we're bagel biting it.
Okay. Yeah. I got some room. I could take on some more.
Yeah? Great. We're going to.
Okay. Because it's a bagel bite.
It's a bagel bite.
So we got a schmorg of info for you. But before we do that, let's get into those little plishes.
Yeah.
Ready?
Little plishes.
All right. Kristen, what did you plish?
I washed my floors.
Wow.
Yeah. They really needed it. We've been doing a lot of gardening and stuff. And as much as I am trying to take my shoes off before I come into the house, sometimes you're like, I just need like one thing.
You do the little sneak?
I sneak, but I'm not a good sneaker.
No.
And Christopher, I don't think he takes his shoes off.
You need those little like OR scrub shoes. Don't you have those little booties?
I have. Oh.
Keep little booties by the door.
But then, you're going to like put the booties on and take the booties off.
Yeah, but then you're not washing your floors,
That's true. Well, I washed the floors and they look great until the other day when we did more yard work.
Wow. That's the thing about floors.
I know. It's like 'tis the season for yard work. And it's just, I really like being out in the sun and doing stuff. And then I have lots of things inside my house that I need.
Yeah. You got to go back and forth.
So
Are you talking like the classic mop and bucket, or are you going Swiffer?
So that time I did, I like swept and then I vacuumed and then I Swiffered.
You swept and then you vacuumed? Why not just go straight to vacuum?
Well, because you need to get the big chunks first.
That's what a vacuum's for.
Well, the vacuum does not get all the big chunks.
Depends on the chunk.
Yeah. Well, I swept first and then so I don't have a mop and a bucket, but I do have, it's like a steamer mop. And our floors we want to rip up and put new floors in anyway. So I feel like you get cleaner floors with a mop and a bucket, but since we're going to rip these floors up, I was just like, I just need something so it looks clean. It doesn't have to be like...
You're not having the queen over.
Yeah, exactly. And it looked really nice for about 2 days.
All right.
It was great.
Well, floors are always going to have to be cleaned over and over. That's kind of part of being a human.
Yeah, but I even like did the baseboards and stuff. Oh, yeah, it was satisfying. It was nice. But yeah, little plishes.
Little plishes.
What did you plish?
I have been putting sunscreen on my face every single morning before I leave the house.
Hey!
And I've been doing it for weeks now.
That's great.
Right?
That's fantastic.
I finally bought a cute little sunscreen that's in a little squeezy jar, so I don't have to it's just easier for me with like the little pump, and it feels light. It smells nice. It's more of like a serum than a heavy cream, so I'm just more likely to put it on, and I have been, and I've been like very proud of myself.
Yeah. I have found that if you get a sunscreen that's specifically for your face, you're more likely to use it because it doesn't have that like sunscreeny feel. I hate
getting it on my hands. I hate the feeling of having these like slimy hands. And I was like trying to do it downstairs before I leave the house. I was like, I just need to put it up in the bathroom so I can do it and then immediately wash my hands, make it part of my like morning getting ready routine. And I've been doing it every single morning, and I'm like very, very proud of myself.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Proud
Little
of you.
Pleasures.
Little pleasures.
All right. Now that we've accomplished a few things, let's get into the schmorg, because I have some responses from some listeners. We want to read your seance requirements because we got some good responses. We want to read your breakfast. What are you guys eating for breakfast?
I asked for breakfasts.
Yes, breakfast.
And people delivered. I was so impressed with the amount of responses we got from that. It's fantastic.
People love a breakfast and they love to talk about a breakfast.
Right. Well,
just
like
that's
a hard thing.
Yeah. And once you find it, you want to tell the world,
Yeah.
It sets the tone for your day when you have a solid breakfast. All right. But before we get there, I have a quick little listener response from Sister Lily.
Sister Lily?
Yes. If you'll remember from our Super Taster episode where I info dumped about super tasting, I kind of made a shout out to my sister Lily, asking her if she was also a super taster. I requested that she email us in, very formal, as is required for the situation. She tried texting me about it, and I said, I believe we asked for an email. So she sent
Unacceptable.
Yeah, sorry, pal, put in an email. So she sent us an email.
Oh, good.
She said, hello, Grace. Please be advised that I am not a super taster. Thank you for your time, Lily Beret. So thank you, Lily, for that very formal
That's really
response.
funny.
You guys heard it here first. Lily is not a super taster, which I was surprised by. I was like, huh, what an informative email.
Yeah,
from my
that
own
was very
sister.
formal.
Yes.
She seems like a person who's good at sending emails.
She's good at an email, you know? And so, now we know Lily's not a super taster. So I guess, I think it is genetic, but Lily didn't get that gene. So
Yeah.
once again, another thing that I'm just a little more special, aka have higher needs for, All right, moving on to something that I made a mistake about. I know you guys love to hear about all my mistakes. Quokkas. This brings us to quokkas.
A quokka.
I mistakenly said that quokkas were from Tasmania because I was just talking out of my ass.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah. And immediately after we stopped recording, I was like, I bet quokkas are not from Tasmania. And they're not. But we got a nice response on one of our Instagram posts from Dr. Sarah Mulhall, who's an ecologist.
Oh.
She responded, letting me know that quokkas are not in fact from Tasmania, but are instead from Australia. So thank you, Dr. Sarah, for letting me know. That kind of sent me down a little rabbit hole. And I said I would do a little research into quokkas. So here I am, sharing some quick facts about quokkas.
We have so many brilliant people who listen to this podcast.
Right?
Every time someone like her chimes in, I'm always like, this podcast, really?
Us?
But
Yeah, you listen
I'm
to us?
honored. Thank you for writing in.
I feel like some people might listen just so they can correct us on all the mistakes we
That's
make.
fair.
Which
And
is
we
always
welcome
fun.
it. Yeah, we welcome it. Please.
Please, Dr. Sarah, tell us what else we're getting wrong. Just like Enya really was helpful with my whole big weather, extreme weather thing.
Yeah.
You know?
She's very passionate about that.
Changed the course of how I communicate about weather forever,
The course of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always tell us when we are wrong. Most of the time, we'll have an internal emotional response, but then take it pretty well, All right. You ready to hear about quokkas?
I'm ready for quokes.
The quokka, is a small macropod about the size of a domestic cat.
What is a macropod?
It's a type of marsupial.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Or it's a family. The macropod is the family, and then marsupials are in that family. Also, kangaroos and wallabies are in that family. So the quokka is a herbivorous. Herbivorous. Is that how you said that?
A herbivore.
I know. I've never seen it as
I guess this is
herbivorous.
the adjective herbivorous.
Yes,
whereas
they are herbivorous.
we usually say it in the noun form, which is a herbivore.
Herbivore.
Yeah.
Herbivorous. They're herbivorous, and they're mainly nocturnal. The quokka's range is a small area of southwestern Australia, not Tasmania.
Not Tasmania.
And we all knew that all along. I was just
making sure everybody's listening.
Yep, I was doing it for you guys. So
Yep.
you could correct me and then we'd get some engagement going. Do it for content. While quokkas are endangered on the Australian mainland, they are flourishing on the sparsely populated
Sparsely
on the sparsely populated Rottnest Island.
Oh.
The name comes from the German word for rat's nest,
Oh.
not to be confused with a rat king.
Okay.
Early German settlers on the island considered quokkas no better than rats and named the island after them, which seems mean.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. How could you look at that thing and be like, dirty rat?
You know what? Some people think rats are cute.
Yeah, that's true. People have pets.
To each their own.
Yeah. So there are more than 14,000 quokkas on Rottnest Island, which is incredible. That's so many.
How big is the island?
I don't know. They're taking over. And that's the island where they kind of, quokkas kind of became Instagram famous because people were taking selfies with them. And then it kind of became a problem because everyone wanted to go to Rottnest Island and take pictures with quokkas. And now they have all these rules of you can be fined if you're seen touching the quokkas or feeding them human food. Because humans like to ruin things.
Don't feed wild animals food.
Yeah, it should be common sense, but it's not. So they weigh about 2.5 to 5 kilograms or 5.5 to 11 pounds.
Thank you for that conversion.
You know it. And they are 40 to 50 centimeters long or 16 to 21 inches long.
Thank you.
Right? I got my conversions down.
I appreciate it as a dummy from the U.S. that is from a country that refuses to do the metric system.
We won't. Well, I knew you were going to ask, so that's why I did it. Did my work ahead of time. The quokka's docile temperament, friendliness to humans, and smiling face have earned it the nickname the world's happiest animal.
Oh.
And I'm going to follow that up with a really fun fact.
Okay.
They carry their young around in their pouches just like kangaroos.
This is very cute.
When a female quokka with a joey in her pouch is pursued by a predator, she may drop her baby onto the ground. The joey produces noises which may serve to attract the predator's attention while the mother escapes. Womp womp. Isn't that horrifying?
That's terrible. I thought they're supposed to be aren't like bears.
Yeah.
If you are coming after them and they're with child,
yeah,
they'll just fuck you up.
Yeah, they don't like toss it in your face
They're
and
like,
run for
this
themselves.
guy's like, here you go.
Take my baby.
Yeah, don't take me, take my baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting how different animals have different types of relationships with their young.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one has
I can make another.
Yeah, like the babies have a built-in mechanism that makes them cry and make a noise to like draw the predators to them so the mother can escape.
Trying to call their mom back.
Yeah.
And the predator's like, this is great.
Yeah.
Bite size.
Easy lunch. Thanks for tossing that on the ground for me. Little hamburger patty. Yeah, they have around 17 babies total in their lives, and their gestation period is like 6 months. So they're like having a fast turnover.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So they'll just make another
17 babies.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Who's got the time? I don't want one.
I wonder how, and I could easily look this up, how long the baby stays with mom until the next baby comes along.
It's a while. It looked like it was a while. So I don't know. Something, they're just programmed to, toss that thing out, run for themselves. Hey, do what you got to do. All right, now we move on to my facts about Tasmania.
Okay.
Because we also said we would learn about Tasmania because we were talking out of our asses. I have learned a bit about Tasmania.
Oh, I'm excited.
Right? I am excited to learn too because I didn't know all of these things.
I'm excited.
That's what's nice about this podcast is sometimes I'm forced to learn things and it's nice,
We did say we were going to learn about it, and here we are tying up a loose end. But this is more than a loose end because it's Tasmania.
Yeah. All right, so from TasmanianExpeditions.com. Tasmania is the world's 26th largest island.
Wow.
Do you know that? And it is considered an island state of Australia. So I think it's very similar to like Hawaii was colonized, obviously, by America, which was colonized by England.
Yeah.
So it's like a colonization of a colonization. Isn't that fun?
Isn't that great?
Force these people to be a part of the land that they're not even attached to.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
And isn't that just grand?
Isn't that nice? Yeah. So it is technically like a state of Australia. I think it's the smallest state of Australia. It has an area of 68,401 kilometers squared or 26,410 square miles.
Okay.
And it's located 240 kilometers or about 150 miles off the southeast of Australia.
Okay.
So the population of Tasmania as of 2021 was 557,571 people.
That's a lot of people.
It is and it isn't,
I guess for the area.
Yeah. Like half a million.
This is coming from someone who thought no one lived on Tasmania. And it was just like to the wilds.
Well, there were different numbers, but like 20 to 40% of Tasmania is very heavily protected. In a lot of areas, you can only get there by foot.
Oh.
So there's a lot of areas that are very, very highly protected. So at least they're protecting the environment. And I think it said the capital is Hobart, and about 40% of Tasmanians live in the Hobart area.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
So that's like almost all.
Well, it's almost half.
It's almost half.
That's how
Is that what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I meant to
almost
say.
all of half, yeah.
Almost all of it.
Yeah. I think it's like 90% of Australia lives on the coast.
Yeah.
Which is another crazy fact.
Because who wants to live in the middle?
I know. It's fucking hot in there. All right, a few more facts about Tasmania, the state that we all know about.
Mm-hmm.
Tasmania has the cleanest air in the world.
What?
Which is monitored by the Cape Grim Baseline Air Pollution Station. The lack of pollution is due to the position of Tasmania in the Southern Ocean, which is far from other land masses. So isn't that nice?
That is nice.
I got clean-ass air there.
Oh, I want to go.
I know, it sounds lovely. Although Aboriginal people have lived in Tasmania for at least 35,000 years,
wow.
Abel Tasman, an asshole Dutch explorer, was the first European to, quote-unquote, discover Tasmania.
I hate it.
Which is so crazy. It's like
Even though
me,
people were there before I found it.
It's like me showing up at your house being like, I discovered this. This is mine now. I discovered it.
I put a flag here, so
Yeah.
I own it.
Legally, you have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. So I guess we consider him as discovering Tasmania, even though people already live there. So Tasmania is known to the Aboriginal people as Trowena, or Low Truwitter. I tried to look up pronunciations of those so I could like really get them right, but I couldn't find them anywhere. So if you know the pronunciation of those and I was wrong, please tell me. If you have a way for me to learn how to pronounce those correctly, please let me know, because I want to be respectful of the original name and not of this fucking asshole Dutch explorer. So the Aboriginal population is estimated to have been between 3,000 and 7,000 at the time of British settlement. That's not that's not that many people.
No.
Compared to now, there's like 500,000 people that live
Right.
there. What a fucking oasis. There were just like 3,000 to 7,000 Aboriginal people living out there doing their thing, enjoying.
Living off the land.
Yeah.
No taxes.
And then they just like pale skinned people show up. They're like,
And
this
they're
is ours
like,
now.
Here are some diseases.
Get ready to die.
Yep.
So they were almost wiped out within 30 years during a period of conflicts with settlers known as the Black War, where they spread infectious diseases to the Aboriginals and wiped them out off their own land. So a little, bio-warfare in order to take what's not yours.
Oh my God.
Go colonization.
Yeah.
We love the stuff. So the conflict, which peaked between 1825 and 1831, led to more than 3 years of martial law.
Martial law.
I was going to say
it's
that's
a little bit different.
That's not the word. God, I cannot say words today.
That's okay.
Which cost the lives of almost 1,100 Aboriginal people and settlers.
Oh my God.
So they just, wiped them out with diseases, and then they had martial law and killed even more. Cool.
Oh my God.
All right. I already talked about how Hobart is the capital city of Tasmania, which is located in the south of the island. While Tasmania is known to be one of the wettest states in Australia, which of course we all knew that, it may surprise some to know that Hobart is actually the second driest capital city in Australia, second to Adelaide.
Huh.
That's very interesting.
That is interesting.
And my last fact is that Huon pine trees are located in western Tasmania and are some of the oldest living things on Earth. The Huon pine tree grows very slowly. A 20-meter tree could be thousands of years old.
I gotta look up these trees.
Isn't that crazy?
Gotta look them up.
Cue the music. They're like big,
They're
drapey. They look like weeping willows, but in pine tree form.
They're like droopy pine trees.
Yeah, look them up. Those are crazy.
Whoa.
Thousands of years old. Imagine how it feels to be like standing under those trees. Like the redwoods feel crazy enough.
Yeah.
This would be next level.
That are like so old.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm glad some stuff is being done to protect the land because it sounds like a super incredible place. And I think white people should keep their hands off it as much as possible.
Yeah, we tend to ruin things.
Yeah, don't we? Isn't that kind of our style?
That's like what we do.
That's what we do.
White people.
That's our brand.
Yeah.
Take things that aren't ours and then
ruin them.
Yep. Kill everything.
That's really cool.
So yeah, I didn't want to go too deep down into the Tasmania hole because I know I could keep going and going. But yeah, I thought those were some interesting fun facts about Tasmania. If you have any more fun facts about Tasmania or quokkas and you want me to share, let me know at weirdsofeather@gmail.com and I'll do another follow-up.
Nice. I learned so much.
Right? Yeah. Look at me only sharing a little information.
Look at this. This is a great. I'm full of facts today now.
You're full of something. All right. And to wrap down this bagel bite, we're going to share some listener breakfast because you guys might need some, some ideas for your own breakfast.
Yeah.
All right. Response 1 comes from our dear friend Abby out in Oregon. She said cereal. Short, sweet, to the point.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Yep.
Dancer Kelsey 03 says running too late for breakfast, haha, which I feel that.
Yes.
That
but
sucks.
also, Kelsey, you should be eating something. Get something in your belly. Isaac Wiffler, our friend, said 3-meat scramble.
Which
That's a hearty breakfast.
I asked him more about that because I didn't know what are we using for meat.
Yeah, what are those 3 meats?
He said it's a Firehouse special. Breakfast with sausage, ham, pepperoni with broccoli and onions and eggs, of course.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be burping that up all day.
I know. I would never eat again.
No, I
It's
can't
so
do
much.
I can't do a big savory breakfast.
Yeah.
It gives me reflux.
I can barely do breakfast
Yeah.
unless it's like a brunch.
Yeah. That's a man's meal right there.
That is a hearty meal.
I don't usually like to gender meals, but that's a man's meal.
Yeah. That's like a meal where you don't know when your next meal is coming.
Yeah. You're like eating for the last time, potentially.
Yeah. Laura Nicolo 7 says, egg scramble with potatoes, onions, spinach, peppers, and either bacon or sausage. Again, another hearty meal.
Hearty breakfast.
People are having these really, 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 really hearty meals.
Which is great. I bet that keeps you full for so long.
Right?
Like, I wish I could. I know I'll be burping all day and I'll be upset, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I didn't have reflux. All right. Fernie Ceramics, a.k.a. our friend Jamie, says,
Hey.
I break my fast around 11 every day. So I eat dinner, leftovers, or lunch. To me, that's unacceptable, but it's your life. You got to do what you got to do. But for me, I have to eat some kind of breakfast in the morning. I can't just skip it and go straight to, savory leftovers.
If I want to take my meds, I have to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
So
11 feels late. Yeah. But, whatever works for you. We're not here to judge.
Heaven Sent One said sausage, egg, and a cheese bagel with jet black coffee. And then the praying hands emoji.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's gotta fuck you up.
That is Heartburn City right there.
Straight to the bathroom. Yeah. All right. Sue's 22MN, which is Susan, right?
Yep.
Our pal Susan.
Yep.
She said coffee and a banana. Susan, don't drink your coffee before you eat. It's bad for your stomach lining. It's very acidic. But bananas.
I do it all the time, Susan.
You shouldn't, Susan.
I have a lot of heartburn, but I'm willing to live with the consequences.
No, don't. Eat the banana first, Make it banana and then a coffee.
I feel like coffee just like warms you up, though, to get ready to eat breakfast.
Have a tea. Have a little hot water. That woman, Posey, that I worked for, she never drinks cold water ever. She warms her just water up in the microwave and just drinks like warm water always, which sounds crazy at first. But then I was like, actually, sometimes I'm craving a tea, but I don't feel like having a tea. I could just heat up water and drink it like that. And it feels like something warm. Have a hot mug of water in the morning, and then drink your coffee.
Drink your coffee, Susan.
Yeah.
We'll be heartburn buddies together.
There you go.
Yeah. It's just going to happen.
All right. You do you. You're
Grace
right.
isn't a coffee drinker. She doesn't understand us.
I know. And the idea of doing that horrifies me because I'm not a coffee drinker.
She doesn't understand.
No.
Don't listen to her.
Listen to me sometimes. Maybe not on this one, though.
H. Joe Pix says coffee, more coffee, and sometimes a Celsius. And I did...
H. Joe Pix, I'm going to tell you what I told Susan. Don't do that.
I did DM her immediately after, and I said that is way too much.
I'm concerned.
A Celsius has 200 milligrams of caffeine.
That's so much.
That's a
lot.
On top
of the coffee.
And a regular mug of coffee is about 80 milligrams of caffeine.
You know what?
This is more than double the amount of a mug of coffee. And if you're doing that on top of coffee, you're going to give yourself an arrhythmia.
Yeah.
And I know this because she's a nurse, and I know she knows the consequences of her actions.
H. Joe Pix, you might need a stimulant medication, my friend, because you're self-medicating with a fuckload of caffeine all at once, dude.
So much.
Get on Adderall. Get on Vyvanse. It'll give you that boost, but it won't fuck up your stomach as much,
As much.
At least eat something beforehand.
Eat something before.
I beg of you.
And drink some water.
Yes, drink some goddamn water, even if it's hot in a mug, At least you're getting water. Make yourself eat a Chewy bar or something before you drink that much coffee and caffeine.
So much.
But we're not here to judge.
Here we are.
We're not, this is unbiased, no opinions from us. All right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Enya.
She wrote 4 different things.
That's so Enya.
We love her.
She said, whatever is left on the bench from last night, don't do that. Don't leave food out unless it's food why is it on the bench? You have dogs, Enya. Do your dogs not?
She mean countertop?
What is this bench? Yeah.
Is it like a park bench?
Just on whatever's on the park bench.
Concerned. She's drinking water from puddles.
She's picking up bats without gloves on.
She's eating food from a random bench.
Also, eating food that's left out that's not meant to be left out can be very dangerous. We're not here to judge.
She must have a stomach of steel. There's no way that I could survive on the Enya diet.
No, we would all pass away immediately. Yeah. She is built different. All right, Enya, you do you. You know what's best for you. Whenever we try to give her feedback on her lifestyle, she doesn't want to hear it. Yeah. Because she's built different. She knows what she can handle.
Yeah.
So
she really does. She knows what she's about.
She also said, what do you eat for breakfast? The rich. Great response.
Mm-hmm.
She also said, eat my heart out. That's a good one. And she also said, my own words from the night before.
Which made me laugh.
Very much relate to that. Yeah. Thank you for all those answers, Enya.
I don't know if it's Ellen or Elin.
I don't know.
I'm going to call it Elin Pittman.
Elin Pittman.
Because it has a nice ring to it.
Yep.
Impossible chicken and waffles sandwich, which sounds lovely.
That's a good one.
I don't think I've ever tried the Impossible chicken. I
Me
definitely did the burgers.
Yeah. I've never gotten into the chicken and waffles thing. I don't really understand it, to be honest.
Oh my God,
to
it's
be
like
honest.
the perfect sweet and savory.
It's
so good.
I don't really like that combo, so I've just never really had much interest in it, but that sounds like it could be a good hearty breakfast. All right, Lady Rockwell, aka Lindsay, said, first thing in the AM, mix frozen berries and fruit with yogurt and oats and let it sit till thawed. That very
sounds like
similar
you.
to what I have.
That sounds like you.
Yep. Well, she also said, not gonna lie, almost the exact same as Grace, but with good GUUD trail mix sort of thing. Is that kind of like Gorp? Is good a different form of Gorp?
I don't know.
Lily, Jeff, and I got in a really big argument during a game of categories about whether Gorp counted as a word.
It's an acronym.
But it's become a word. It's like now in the zeitgeist as like a word. You know, Gorp is now its own word, was my argument. And I'm right. And I have the microphone. So suck it, Lily and Jeff. I was the only one who was mad. I think Jeff and I were kind of yelling back and forth. And Lily was like, okay, God, take the point.
Have you ever played categories with people who don't take it seriously?
Yes. And it's upsetting because
It's
then you
so
feel
upsetting.
like a monster.
I feel like I felt so mean.
Like, argue with me.
Right? And
have some conviction.
And they were like, oh, you're probably right. And I was like, it's not supposed to happen.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Neurotypical.
Have the courage to say something.
You know?
I think Lily was just, sometimes Lily will bow out because she didn't want to be difficult. But it's like, come on, man, fight back.
The whole point of categories is to fight.
Yeah, it's recreational arguing with a game built around it.
Exactly.
Peter would argue with us. We should play with Peter.
We should play with Peter.
We'll maybe never be friends again after playing with Peter. He's the most difficult person I know.
Peter.
Besides us. All right, you're up.
Ricky Roxon says, today was a handful of Cinnamon Life cereal. Great choice.
Yep.
With Star Wars themed blue milk, which is concerning.
What is that? What is Star Wars themed milk and what is
like
blue
the
milk?
purple ketchup?
Yeah, like the easy squeeze purple ketchup. Man, that was a fun time.
That was like
what a crazy time.
Banned after 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
What is the blue milk?
And in what way can a milk be Star Wars themed? Are there little stars
I don't
in
know.
it? I got so many questions about
More
this
questions than
Star
answers.
Wars.
We could probably look it up, but I
Nah.
feel like that shouldn't be a thing that exists.
Get back to us, Ricky Roxon. We need to know, what is Star Wars themed blue milk? That sentence is confusing me. Also, are you throwing the Cinnamon Life cereal in your mouth and then chasing it with the milk? Because that kind of grosses me out. When you say handful, I'm picturing
Or is it
it's
like
dry.
a handful in the bowl with a little bit of milk?
I hope that's it. I hope you're not.
Same.
I hope it's not
that's
a deconstructed bowl of cereal for my sake. I don't even want to think about it. We got a lot of really interesting
Milk and cereal.
responses from
Yeah.
people.
I know. Everybody's very compassionate about their breakfast.
All right. Lil Lileen. We don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
She says oats with eggs whisked in towards the end of cooking time or smoothie with protein powder. Lileen, those are two solid breakfasts, dude.
Yeah.
You're on the right track.
I've
Oats-
never tried oats with eggs, but I did say I would try it because...
Where is she from? Sweden or something?
Norway.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right?
Norway. I wonder if that's a Norway thing. No, I think you're right. That's a very interesting thing. And that would really beef up your oats, but not have like a super strong egg taste, you know?
Oh.
So I feel like that's the benefit of doing that. Add the protein, but you're kind of getting the egg taste. I mean, the oats taste. I don't know. We might have to try it.
We might have to try it.
Yeah.
The cave lady says, whatever I see first.
I'm just picturing her like
and just
grabbing it.
like,
I'm starving. I wake up so fucking hungry immediately.
Really?
Yes.
I don't get hungry till probably 9 o'clock.
My stomach like hurts. I'm so hungry. Like sometimes it wakes me up. I'm so hungry.
I have to like get going in the morning, and it's so hard because I wake up so early and I need to eat.
That's hard.
But I just am not hungry.
I'm picturing the cave lady being very similar to me, where we're kind of like bears coming out of hibernation, where she's just like, grabbing at whatever she can get her paws on. I respect it. All right. I don't know how to say that. Sanacon. Santicon? Sanison. Sannecn. Sanison.
Sin.
Lanolin? Like sheep's wool?
Okay.
Sanison said coffee.
Which is a breakfast I respect.
No, you know my response to that.
Our friend Peter, PF Morehouse.
Peter. You guys know Peter.
Peter says, I generally forget to eat and then get surprised hangry around 11, which has also happened to me a few times. You're like, why am I so mad?
Yeah. And is it really a surprise, though, if it happens every single day? You know?
Yeah. Not again.
Who could have foreseen this?
Oh.
Wow, my body requires sustenance.
Yeah.
Classic Peter. All right. Matilda. She says banana or green apple with peanut butter. Solid.
That is solid.
I like that as a nighttime snack. That's always a hearty
Like
snack.
a little treat.
Yeah. Or buckwheat porridge or rye bread plus tofu. You know what, Matilda? I was with you till that last one, but you do you. I hate rye bread so much.
And tofu.
That's too...
You need like something on top of that.
Yeah, you started off so strong. Banana or apple with peanut butter, yum.
Perfect.
Buckwheat porridge, don't really know what that is, but I feel like it could be good.
I feel like
oatmeal.
Rye bread and tofu, it's like
Took a hard
an
left turn.
incomplete meal.
Yeah.
You need a flavor with that because rye bread doesn't really have...
You're making the same face that I feel in my heart
It
when
doesn't
it
have
comes to rye bread.
a flavor, right? It just tastes like cardboard.
Yeah, I think it tastes
And
worse
then
than
tofu,
cardboard.
also no flavor, just cardboard.
Yeah, just a meal
So
of
it's a
cardboard.
cardboard sandwich.
Yeah, maybe she's an undertaster, and that doesn't really matter to her. Let us know if you do anything to spice up that rye bread and tofu.
Yeah,
Matilda.
is there like salt and pepper involved?
I want to support you here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there like a peanut butter?
I think maybe we're like some information was left behind.
Yeah, or she's just from another country and that's a normal thing there, and we're the dumb Americans who don't know about rye bread and
way
tofu.
Too many sweets. Yeah, maybe it's lovely. Maybe they like complement each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Did we miss one?
Yeah, you're right. You sent the screenshots twice. So yeah, I think that's it.
I did send them twice. Yeah, sorry.
You know what? I was going to send everyone's seance requirements, but we are so out of time. So I think I'm going to save those for next time.
Save it for another one.
Yep. You guys had so many good breakfasts. I didn't want to leave any out. And those were really good replies. So we'll save the seance feedback for next time. Yeah.
And yeah, I hope your mouth is now full, especially after all those breakfast suggestions.
After all that rye and tofu, you must be stuffed.
You must be
Sorry, Matilda.
to the brim.
I hope we're not being too mean to people. We really do appreciate your responses. Yeah. No judgment. Everyone has their own different tastes. And just because it's not our taste doesn't mean it's wrong.
Right.
That's a slogan here at WOF. Because I said it like that and it sounds like one.
Sure.
All right. You can. If you have your own responses, if we missed you and you want to get in on this, you can message us, DM us on Instagram at Weirds of a Feather. Kristen posts the polls every Monday night and posts the results on Wednesday, so you can respond to some polls there. You can email us at weirdsofafeather@gmail.com. You can get in on our Facebook group.
Yeah, there's a lot of different conversations going on.
You can check out our website at weirdsofafeather.com.
Yeah, there's some merch stuff on there, more to come.
Yep.
And you can donate to us at ko-fi.com/weirdsofafeather.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
It's the first time you've gotten it all.
Yep.
Only took you
forever.
Yeah.
Way too long. But yeah, you can donate there. All proceeds go back to the podcast. We don't make any money doing this. Everything goes back into tech and sound editing so we can keep this thing moving.
Yep.
And
I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. We squawk on out here?
Yeah, I'm ready to squawk out. That was nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.